One of the early woke conversion companies had felt the sting, felt the boycott, seen all of their support dissipate, and are now walking back their stance in order to reprioritize their core values. And it's a good thing. It's a very good thing, okay? It's a sight for sore eyes, if you will. Victoria's Secret ditches prioritizing wokeness over sexiness after sales drop. And oh yeah, did they drop? Oh, precipitously. Lingerie chain, Victoria's Secret, is reportedly ditching its woke feminist makeover of recent years, as it hasn't translated to business success. You don't say by trying to cater to those fucking heffalumps that don't end up getting any type of sexual attraction, at least to the level where you could go ahead and, put, decent looking chicks, okay? Because you put a bad bitch in a teddy or, a fucking set of matching lace shit, which guys don't actually give a fuck about at all, okay? They would just rather see you naked because that shit just kind of gets in the way. It's more performative for the bitch because they can't get out of their own head to begin with. But no. You start to pander to the fucking whales that are out there, okay? And oh my god, it's just some drunken fuck anyway, so you just make sure that, the clasps are easy enough to get off of, but then they can also maintain a beating. But then at the same time, why are you trying to have luxury lingerie for these land whales when they can barely afford to feed their 15 cats? It never ever seemed like they were trying to cater to a base. They were just simply trying to do what they thought their consumers cared about, which is exactly what happened to Bud Light. Oh, it's so nice when we can have just, a marriage of tits and beer come together. Oh, it's just wonderful. Since the brand decided to move away from its hypersexualized image, as businessofashion.com described it in a recent article, Victoria's Secret has seen a significant revenue drop. Yeah, you're a lingerie brand, okay? There's nothing functional about it, okay? If chicks just wanted to make sure that their tits didn't bounce around all the time and had a decent support system with an underwire bra, they would go to Target, they would go to Walmart, they wouldn't go out and they wouldn't spend a copious amount of money on frilly fucking nonsense to wear at the office, okay? You were trying to attract the wrong people, or the base that you're trying to cater to when it comes to being ultra woke. They don't work anyways, so why would they bother getting dressed up for anybody? And plus they'd see bras as being, I don't know, oppressive or some, early feminism shit. As such, it looked like a revamp, it has looked to revamp itself and bring sexy back. Yeah! The outlet noted in a piece that was originally published by editorial partner CNN on Tuesday. Kathleen Chen reported that the brand's efforts to promote inclusivity, which included making Lubugita pro-women's soccer player and outspoken leftist Megan Rapinoe, as well as transgender women brand spokesman, and get rid of its famous angels supermodels, gained favorable reviews from online critics, but never translated to sales. Wow, a tale as old as time. According to the numbers, lingerie brands projected revenue for 2023 is $6.2 billion, which is 5% lower than it was last year, and even lower than 2020 when the brand's revenue was $7.5 billion. What the fuck? Okay. Yo, man, you had the pandemic when motherfuckers were getting fat as shit. Okay, maybe they were just out there, trying to buy some new titty holders or bigger boy shorts for, your rapidly expanding ass. But at a time when people didn't have expendable cash like that, you can't even come close to what was going on back at the time. Yeah, big fucking miss. The drop in Victoria's Secret sales also followed the company's move to make its board of directors mostly female. Wow, women can't run women's businesses. Big shock. 2021, Rapinoe called out what the brand had been before the revamp, claiming it had been sent out a really harmful message that was a patriarchal sexist viewing, not just what it meant to be sexy, but what clothes were trying to accomplish through the male lens, and through what men desired. That's the entire point of lingerie, you sexless rhymes with bike. She's a lesbian too. Like, who the fuck cares what she has to say? It's like lingerie has a specific target. It's not for the person that's wearing it. Allegedly, it's for the person that they're wearing it for. That's what clothes are in general. You're trying to put on a show. You're trying to be more appealing to the person that you're trying to attract. That's a simple economics, okay? And that's just not even for lingerie or for women's fashion. If it was up to dudes, okay, if they didn't have to attract chicks like that, if they were just completely asexual beings, dudes would just wear burlap fucking sacks, live in box instead of constantly pursue it, and just have a mattress on the floor and just simply work 24/7. That's what guys would do. We only get dressed up. We only acquire things that allow us to display higher value for the expressed purpose and desire of attracting the opposite sex. Women do the exact same thing. It's just guys cop to this. It's so fucking dumb to expect otherwise. But what about the chicks that are trying to attract chicks? Okay, cool. You go ahead and try to pander to that group. See how well it worked out for Victoria's Secret? Yeah, exactly. It was very much marketed towards younger women. Younger women who, again, don't want to try to impress anybody, just simply think that them existing is more than enough that's needed. So, oh wow, the people that were never going to buy your products to begin with, you try to cater to them. Fantastic strategy. That's why you're a failed soccer player, and that's why they're kicking your ideas to the curb. Sucks to suck. Fashion outlet Chen, oh yay, goody, noted that the lingerie company's attempt to stop the financial drain body positive marketing was to bring back its runway show format and its blend of sexiness the brand has become famous for, with some of its more inclusive initiatives. Okay, cool. So now you're gonna have fat chicks, walking the runway. I'll just make sure that it's reinforced and there's only like one, maybe, and by fat chick I mean maybe a size 4. Let's just not get too inclusive, all right? She describes Victoria's Secret The Tour 23 as a display that fell somewhere in between the personification of male lust of the brand's era heyday, yeah, buddy, and the inclusive utopia promoted by its many disruptors. Interesting. Okay, so are we gonna have a dude's masquerade, or pretending that they belong on the stage with other angels? If you catch my drift, is that what we're doing? Victoria's Secret and Pink brand president Greg Unis summed up the new direction for the company, reportedly telling investors sexiness can be inclusive. No. Stop with that shit, okay? What they're doing right here is they realize that they took way too many steps forward. Now they're just trying to peel it back halfway. Sexiness can be inclusive, but inclusiveness is never sexy. That's what you're failing to realize. He explained that sexiness can celebrate the diverse experience of our customers, and that's what we're focused on. Again, you are trying to pander to women, then they are more receptive to these types of messaging, but they were also super receptive to seeing chicks like that looking fucking good and aspiring to something else. Instead of this, fucking failed idea that, yeah, it's sexy if you got a gunt. Fantastic. It isn't. If you want to be desirable, that's desirable right there. Except for the one that I think, is this the one that had the dude niche or something like that? I don't want to know, okay? Chief Executive Martin Waters also reportedly admitted that the inclusivity initiative were not profitable for the company, stating despite everyone's best endeavors, it's not been enough to carry the day. According to Business of Fashion, the company's new goal is to improve profitability and cross back over $7 billion in annual sales. Yeah, no doubt. To meet this objective, the brand plans to roll out active and swimwear, update its existing stores, and open up 400 new ones outside the United States. I was like, oh god, you're going to wade into some of those blue shitholes that constantly have shoplifting problems? Best of luck to you. Victoria's Secret did not immediately respond to Fox Business for a request to comment. So, okay, so unlike Bud Light, they took responsibility for their failure. We haven't given Bud Light, the requisite amount of time that Victoria's Secret had in order to correct their mistakes, but this is one of the first big brands that dive dick first, or I guess clit first, into the woke agenda, realize that, ooh, that pool is super cold, get the fuck back off, dry themselves off. Certain areas they would just leave dripping, and then reverse course. Sort of. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the rollout of the new strategy, and if it's good, I'm sure people are going to buy it and be far more receptive to it, and it'll be heralded as a get woke, go broke, return to profit type situation. Need to work on that catchphrase a little bit. Get woke, go broke, croak, then be resurrected 3 days later. I think that works a little bit better. Okay, that could be heralded as the blueprint for many a company that has just decided to wade too far into the culture war, realize that, ooh, that's not good for us, and then try to walk it back in order to re-ingratiate itself to the public. I think there always needs to be a road to redemption, and we'll see if, titties still sell like they used to. Spoilers, oh, I definitely do. Take a look at OnlyFans. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.